Hello again. Well, Marcy's knitting once again, and I wanted to welcome you in. I'm Marcy Schaffler, which I really didn't say my name great before, but I'm here in New Jersey, northern New Jersey, and the weather is kind of great today. It was beautiful yesterday, and I have some things to share with you about me and knitting, etc. So last time I started out saying how I am working on cancer. I am stage 4. So there's a lot of things that are coming with this. And I do want to share that because one of the things that I've been finding really challenging since I had a mastectomy and a breast reduction on the right is that clothing doesn't fit me the same way. And even for knitting, finding a pattern or ease that I feel comfortable with now, I think is really important. And I think that when you have changes to your body, whether positive or negative things, I had cancer once before, and I did have implants put in, and I didn't like how after cancer my breasts were. So I had implants put in, which I had to wait for, a whole nother craziness. But once I had them in, my whole body changed and all my clothing had to change. It was totally different. And where I didn't love V-shirts before, I loved V t-shirts. Now I hate V's, I want high neck stuff. So anyway, so I think it's important for those people out there, and I have friends who we've done a video of me talking about cancer and what I'm going through and the challenges you face from the fact that when I was losing my hair and trying on wigs and hating it and throwing a tantrum in the wig place because I was devastated, you know, and you don't realize it until you're going through it, how these things are traumatic and dealing with them is really challenging. So part of this podcasting that I'm doing is for me, because sharing is pleasurable and I do it all the time anyway. And I love watching the videos that other people put up, and I'm, you know, fascinated by them. And the other thing is understanding that what, you know, when you talk about even for knitting being therapy and why you knit, one of the things is that it's giving me therapy right now. A lot of the things that I love to do, like cooking and gardening, the gardening is kind of off limits for me for digging or doing anything physical. I need to rely on my son for the most part and for all of that. And then the other thing is cooking, which I love to do, which takes a lot of standing for long periods of time. So right now, I just am starting physical therapy for my hip, which I mentioned last time. Didn't hear such great news. I'm getting a shot on Friday that they're putting me under anesthesia for. So there's a lot that goes on. And then there was fluid collecting in my breast, which was drained yesterday, which nobody understands why. Every time I speak with the doctors, they say my case is complicated. So I wish I wasn't as complicated, you know, as it seems to be. So anyway, so here I am trying to share, benefiting not only myself by sharing, but hopefully helping some other people. And it is my nature to do that since I am a Pilates instructor and a body mechanics and anatomy teacher. I teach biomechanics for people, body educators, what I literally label myself as. And with that comes this thing of teaching people and sharing and what I know. So in this case, you know, just even sharing what I'm doing. So anyway, that's a little bit about what's going on at the moment, and hopefully everything will be positive about going through things, even through possibly some negative things. There's always some kind of positive thing that can arise. So anyway, I'm going to start with what I'm wearing. Look, I finished my Ranunculus for those of you who have seen the previous episode. So it's cropped. I'm wearing pants. Look at this. I do like the same colors. That happens quite a bit. So my husband, who is an artist, would always use me for color matching because I have this sense of color for some reason. Anyway, so I just blocked it. Again, I didn't do sleeves on this. I think my next one, if I do another one, oh, and fuzz is getting in my mouth. I will see. This is what happens when you wear lip gloss. things stick to your lips. Anyway, so didn't do the sleeves yet. I wanted to knit one more, which I mentioned on the last podcast that I wanted to knit another one. Maybe I will do that one with sleeves and try that. This one does have that wool that I mentioned that I'm checking to see if I can wear it with the turtleneck on underneath. This is fine. I've been doing great with it. I like it. It keeps me warm for now, which I'm sure later on it will feel different. Maybe in the summer I'll try it with either a camisole or tank or something like that underneath. But so far so good. So success with this. I bought this yarn again in another colorway. So it's the third time buying it. I'll show you something else in another podcast, but it's the Cotton Merino by Katia concept. And I was thinking of making with this, I have lots of things that I do want to make, so I keep on going back and forth. But one of the options that I might do with this is the Weekender by Andrea Mowry. But I do have something else that I'd love to do the Weekender in, but this is worsted weight and that is not, and I'm going to show you that in my acquisitions of what I've gotten lately, because I mean, I can go back to the very beginning of acquisitions because I haven't shown you really anything too much since I only have one podcast. However, I do have a lot of yarn in this room. And it keeps on kind of growing. I'm trying to get rid of some of it. I'll show you something that which didn't get rid of much. But anyway, so this is one of the things I have enough, I believe, to make the Weekender. But then I was thinking about something by Petite Knits, which that also has this fuzzy kind of texture to it. And since I don't knit with mohair at all, that's not happening. I did that when I was in my 20s, and it was something that I modified. Back then I would modify, now I just follow patterns, which I could barely do for the most part because the memory from chemo, not so great. Anyway, so I think that I am going to try to knit one of those two things with this yarn. And then I'll show you what else I might want to knit with the Weekender. If I get gauged with the other, then I will do the Weekender. I think I don't have enough yarn for the Weekender light for that. It is more, probably, I want to say sport weight it is. I was talking to my sister today. She didn't think it was fingering because she likes this yarn too. So anyway, so that's that. That's underneath my chair that I'm sitting on. I have a big basket of yarn. One of them I showed you last week, which was the yak yarn from that had the 25% yak from Purl Soho. So the other finished object that I have, so I think this is the only other finished object besides which I don't have. I had the gloves that I was making for my niece last week, and those are complete and she has them. Her husband's socks are almost done. I wasn't done when I saw them last weekend, so I know that I'm not going to see him right away, so I started some other things, or continued some other things that I was knitting to get those done. I'm going to show you some other things that I casted on and want to finishing, and then so I can get through the projects that I wanted to do for me. Sometimes a little bit selfish, but trying. So I started, so one of my clients, not that I have many that I work with right now since I don't have the wherewithal and I'm semi-retired, but she just had another grandbaby, and I started making this hat for her. And I'll tell you the pattern and everything, and I'll show you what it looks complete, because this isn't quite complete yet. If you see the eyelet holes, there's going to be an eye cord that gets threaded in there, because that's the only thing that would probably attach to the baby's head. And the yarn is from Blue Sky Fibers. It is called Ballet Slippers, the colorway. It is their worsted cotton weight. This was designed for cotton, which is very rare for me to do something that was actually designed for cotton, because there's not a lot of things out there that I want to, I'm drawn to the wool stuff, but, and I'm so jealous of everyone out there. I am jealous of you that you can work with all this Nutchen and all of these crazy yarns that if I touch them, I would freak out. Boo-hoo to me. All right, so the way I have the pattern comes from this book, which I mentioned last time. This is actually not the, this book is actually the last minute knitted gifts by Joelle Haverson, who owns Purl Soho. And there's also the more last minute gifts, which is where I got the sideways gloves from. Great books. I really love them. I bought them used on Amazon. I first took them out of the library. I'm a big library user. Digital. So if I can't get to the library, I'll scan everything for digital. If I can get to the library, I reserve everything online. They text me or email me when they have them there, and I go pick them up and I just pour over them and then renew them. And right now I have 2 books by Clara Parks. I'll show you those also that are out from the library. One of them I know is right by me. The other one may not be right by me, but it will be, but close enough. So anyway, so I just had the page with the hat and I just lost it. So you're gonna have to wait for me to find the page. Okay, not that long. So it's called Children's Cotton Hats, and you can see they come in 3 sizes. So baby, toddler, and child. And it's knitted on a size 7 needle. Yes, a 7 needle, and in the round. And then I had to switch over to my double pointed because I don't have the size. Well, I could have, I guess. I do have those needles. They might be on something else, the size 7, but for do magic loop. So I did my number 7 double pointed needles, which I was going to need to do the I-cord, which I just started. That's probably going to take me the longest to knit. You have to do 2 feet of the I-cord, 24 inches. It's 2 feet. And so anyway, so I know there's a little bit of a glare. I have my camera in a light ring right now, which I didn't use last time, and I'm wondering if it was better without the light ring. If you can comment below and let me know whether you like the light ring or you don't, that would be great. And if you want to like and subscribe, I'm not doing this for any monetary thing except for doing it to share. So if you want to like and subscribe so the numbers go up and more people find out, and I can maybe help more people, would be amazing. So anyway, I'm not looking to monetize at all. Anyway, so that's this pattern and the little hat, and it's so cute and tiny, and I love it in the ballet slippers. I also have this in one other color, a purple, which is right here, right behind me. And so, so Blue Sky Fibers, it's a nice worsted weight. The yarn that's listed for in the book, even though it's cotton, that yarn has been discontinued. So I had to find a different yarn. Finally, I find something in cotton, and I still can't use the yarn that it was designed for because it's been discontinued. But anyway, so that's that. And yeah, so I'm excited to give it to her. I wanted to finish it. I'm going to be seeing someone who works for her on Monday, and wanted to make sure she can get it so she can bring it to her daughter, and yeah, the baby can wear it. One of my other clients that I mentioned last week, who's been very generous to me in lots of different ways. So whenever I can do something small for them, that's within my ability at the moment, I love to do. So that's that. And I may want to knit it for my nephew's daughter, who's 2.5. And there's the toddler size. And because I have almost the whole skein left, because this didn't really use very much yarn at all, I do have one more client who's pregnant who might get a hat because she's got a little girl coming. So anyway, that's that. That is Purl Soho. I bought this a little while ago. It was intended for a different baby gift, and I made something else. So I have the yarn and I'd like to use it because I only have one skein of it, so I couldn't make myself a hat. I do find cotton hats, everybody says cotton hats don't work really well, but I have to say, I've made quite a few cotton hats and they've worked fine. And I'm just going to stand up to get my butt in front of you. But here's one of the hats that I made. And I love this hat. This is also by Joelle Haverson from the same book. I'll show you the top. It's a very 70s colors. I thought my son was going to love it because he loves these colors. Another rolled brim. I think it's actually the same designer, Kim Hamelin it is. Let me just check that book and I will let you know. I will show you the hats because they're adorable. This book might open to that page because, yep, there you go. So Kim's hats, it's the same designer. So the designer that I guess works for or worked for Joelle Haverson is Kim Hamlin. I know she designed some things for a Blue Sky also, or Spud and Chloe, which is under that label. But here are those hats, and they come in, you just do whatever the hell you want, except for the fact that, like, so I made one with a ear flap and has a garter brim on that one, and then there's a roll brim, and there's a rim brim. What is a brim? I don't know. Anyway, and then here, so all different hats with all different things. So I've done a couple of designs, use them often, and I've done them in cotton. Here they're in wool. I've done them in cotton. No one's complained yet, including myself. I love my little hat. I wear it all the time. I have to knit another one in a different color so it matches what I'm wearing, because right now it didn't really go great. And I've also made one other thing out of there since I have it here. Whoops, I'll show you. So it's supposed to be made in pashmina, also from that book. And it is a little cowl, which is done in the round, and you knit like 5 rows, and then you do a garter ridge, and then it rolls in on itself, and then you knit, I think it's 12 inches, and then you do another garter ridge. I've knit 3 of these already. My sister has one, I have one, and then a friend of mine I made for her as well. And in the book, I just passed it, which is what reminded me of it. So in the book, so I think I've gotten enough use out of this book, because I think it cost me $5.99 to purchase. One of the things about filming and you can see yourself is you can see yourself, and you want to keep on fixing stuff. So here's the picture of the cowl, which is made in pashmina here. And so yeah, that's it. All right, so a couple of things I have in progress. One of them I had mentioned last week, hanging up in the purple. I showed you last week or 2 weeks ago the cowl that was a K. Hopkins design. That's a bandana-ish, and I'm just on the mosaic. I just kind of started. So what I'm using here, I said I wanted to really make it look like an old-fashioned 70s kind of bandana with these colors, and I thought of these colors, and so it's going to go this way. And it is not for me, it's for someone else. But the colors that I'm using, oh, look at this. I found myself one of my tape measures that was MIA. I'm using, this is by Plymouth. It's a mercerized cotton. It's variegated. So if you look, there's some lighter blue, and then there's darker blue, and then there's some gray down at the bottom. I never know which color. There is a gray in here that you could see in here. And then there's a really light blue, which I haven't gotten to yet. And I don't know if I'm going to get to it with this at all. So I don't know how much yarn I'll have of this left. But, and unfortunately, I don't have the tag to this anymore because I bought this in California. And then I'm doing, actually, the white is actually, believe it or not, a Hobby Lobby yarn, the Sugar Wheel Cotton, which is really super soft. And by the way, that's what that white cowl was made out of, because when I was first starting to knit, I just wanted to get yarn fast and didn't know how much I was going to accomplish. So I got some of this, and I wouldn't go back to Hobby Lobby. I don't necessarily believe in their principles. So found that out afterwards, and so I'm reevaluating. Anyway, so this is called Soft Gardenia. It's very soft, and it's knitting up really pretty, and I like the stripes, and I'm beginning to like the mosaic. Also, the other cotton is Mercerized, which I don't love as much either. Okay, that's not great for the environment as well. So anyway, and what I've holed that in is this adorable, I love this. This is from this company called Atenti, A-T-E-N-T-I. They're US made. They're located in California. Sorry, I'm just getting rid of that page that does not belong in there. And then inside, there are all these pockets. This is one of their bags. I have 2, 3. I was supposed to get a third one. They sent me the wrong thing. And then this handle slides into here. And then you can, it closes it in a way. And then I put it, you know, you can carry it like this. And then there's all of these, this is all pockets. So there's 4 pockets on the outside. So a nice little bag. I love the fabric. Really well made. This is like a ultra suede. And then, whoops, I hit myself in the face. And this is ultra suede trim. And a brocade fabric. Really, really beautifully made and great fabric. And I love this colorway. It comes in a gray background colorway too with these flowers. And I don't know what color this is. It might be red. So that's that, and that whip that I have. I also have this, which Stripes and Blocks it's called. It's going to be a washcloth. I have to finish knitting the blue to the length of what these two colors are. And then there are other colors that there's a whole bunch. I bought the kit from, again, Purl Soho. I do like buying from them for some reason, so that's a good thing. They do a lot of cotton stuff, so that's why. This is their Buttercup cotton, where the blanket that I showed you last week was cotton pure. The cotton pure is, I think a little, no, it's a little thicker than this yarn. This is a little thinner. So the stitch is, if you could see the stitch pattern, I don't remember the name of it, but it makes it, so it's like a lot of slip stitches. You slip every other one on the opposite row, and then you're just purling across the back, I believe. I haven't knitted on this in a little while, so I have to get back to it. My plan was to get it completely done like a month ago, but I got sidetracked and I haven't knit on it, so I have to go back to the pattern and look at it and then finish this one up. There's also towels you could do with this, and hand towels. I think the pattern, if you buy 2 packages, you can get 2 full towels, 2 to 4 hand towels, and then like 6 or 7 washcloths, maybe 8 washcloths. I'm going to just do the washcloths for now because I want to get other things done, but I like the different ones. I think that they're really cute. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing right now. And that's on my queue to finish that. And then I'm still knitting my blanket, which I showed last week. I haven't really done, I actually did about 8 rows on it this past week. I just sat down and banged out some rows. I typically join a knitting group on Wednesday nights, which is with Yarnia from Montclair, and I didn't this week. It was a lot of, I had doctor's appointments every day this past week, so it was a little trying. So what I think I'm going to do is show you some things of acquisitions that I have, and yeah, and because there's some things here that are nice. So another thing from Purl Soho I got, which is was a bundle. This is for their corner blanket, which I will try to link everything below. I'm going to try to do the best that I can with that. And then, so all the stripes go on one corner, and then the rest of it is all white. This is a much thicker yarn. It's a brand new yarn that they have, this Tulip cotton. So it's a much thicker yarn than the other 2 cottons that I showed you. And right now they're having 40% off they're having their annual sale, I guess. So it's all organically grown, their cotton also. So that makes me really happy as well. So this color is called Amber Honey. And the yarn is made in Italy, and it says machine, so you can machine wash cold and tumble dry low, so that's great. And the size needles is asking for 6-7, so I think that this blanket is going to knit up really fast. This color is called Yuzu Yellow. Yuzu and Aizu, no, Yuzu Yellow, Yuzu Yellow. And then the last one that I have color-wise is Fresh Peach, so those are the colors. I love that color combo. They have other colors too. Can't tell you what they are. And this one is just called Heirloom White. So Heirloom White is the base for all of the bundles that they do. And then they have 3 color combo. I think one is in blues and etc. So really very pretty. It's really, I think it's like probably baby blanket size this is, where the other one I'm doing is more throw size. So this will be good on the sofa, I hope. We'll see. I can always add a border or something later if I really feel it's very small. those kind of things I feel comfortable doing. It's not a big deal if I picked up stitches around if I wanted to, maybe not. Maybe I crochet an edge because that's actually really easy. So then yesterday, I think I mentioned last time that I really love the blue Heron yarn, and I had ordered more. One was the cotton that I think I had before, and the other was the bamboo cotton that they sell, and they're both also organic. So this is the yarn, and this is, to me, stunning color. So the purple and the olive, and then in there is some gold. Maybe the other one has more gold. I bought 2 skeins of this. This one has more turquoise in it. Oh, that one has turquoise too. So, yeah, I got 2 skeins. Each one of these is 630 yards. So remember I was saying earlier that I was looking to do the Weekends or by Andrea Mowry in the other, potentially the other, because that is worsted weight. This is probably, I'm going to say maybe fingering or sport weight. So I can't double it because I wouldn't get enough, and I don't have enough for the Weekends or light to do this. So yeah, so I'm going to see what I can do, if not something else that I am in love with, because I mean, this is just my colors. You can tell I like purples and I like greens, but I also like oranges. And so I ordered 3 of these. I only got 2. They were out of it. The website said there was 3. I ordered 3. I paid for 3, and they were short 2. So the owner contacted me and said that they would re-dye. They were ordering and going to re-dye and send me the additional skein. And then he was kind enough to say that he shipped me something else and said to apologize for the mistake. Anyway, so here's another great colorway. This one is cotton bamboo. The dye is early meadow, and these are 495 yards for 4 ounces. So I don't know what that is in grams or centimeters. But anyway, so yeah, so this has got green in it still, and gold, and magenta on this side, and orange. Really, really lovely, lovely colors. My sister just bought some as well. Some, I don't know which colorway she got, but I know it has orange in it. So yeah, love, 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 love. So that's great. Last week I also told you I was doing the ochre moss sweater by Andrea Mowry, and I didn't do one thing on it since I have all this other stuff that I keep on saying I'm going to finish so that I can start something else. So my goal has always been to have 1 sweater on the needles, 1 like shawl on the needles, or cowl, sock, like an accessory, a hat, a sock, something like that. And I had a 5th object, a blanket, so of some sort, like something like that. And right now I don't feel like I'm in that lane. So I really don't want to I really only want a couple of things, 5 things on my needles at any time, if I can help it. One, obviously, everybody talks about, which is so true, in doctor's offices so much, that I would love to just have something that I could knit and be sitting in the waiting room and not have to worry about end of a row or so. Circular knitting is actually best for me in a doctor's office. And so like socks are great for that, and a hat is great for that. So something simple. I wish I could take the blanket, but that is on a cone and that is just too much to carry. I do find that, but it does have a lot of stitches, and the problem with that is if they call you in and you're in the middle of a row, kind of, that makes me uncomfortable. So it's the old world of knitting on straight needles that I still have in my head in a lot of ways. So anyway, so I, would like to have things that are easy to put away quickly if someone comes over to me. Otherwise, I tend, even if I have it in my bag, I tend not to pull it out. I don't know how long. Sometimes I do know some of my doctors take a really long time to see me. But for the most part, if I think that they're going to come out quickly, I don't want to start something and then feel like I just quickly have to put it away or be stuck in the middle of something. So that's where I am with that. And I'm thinking if there's anything else at the moment, and yeah, no, I think we're pretty good. So thanks for joining me if you have, and I look forward for you to see me the next time. And again, I hope you are starting to enjoy spring in your area, or fall if you're down under. And I'll see you soon, or you'll see me soon, because that's what I said last time. Bye.